Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Sonia and I would love it if you could subscribe, and if you're an already existing subscriber, welcome back. So today this is going to be my second video on my makeup collection, and today we're going to be doing bronzers, blushes, highlights, contour, face palettes and stuff like that. So if this is the first time you're watching this, please do ignore the state of this. I have wiped it down. It's just, this is the way that these drawers are if you have them. You know the absolute pain it is of trying to clean them. I thought let's just show you these. Now, I don't have a lot of makeup compared to other people, but what I do have I feel like is enough. And I get subscription boxes in which sometimes do give me makeup, so there's some stuff in this area that is from subscription boxes. But shall we just get started? Okay, so we're going to be getting started with some bronzers. So starting off, we have the Benefit Hoola bronzer. You would have seen this in my project pan. This is one I'm trying to use up. I've had this for a really long time, and I got this when this was the only option they have. I think they now have like Hoola Light, Hoola Caramel, I believe, and some other ones. So this is quite old and I'm just kind of ready to get it used up. I do really like the Benefit formula. This one's a little bit dark for me because I have quite fair skin. So Hoola Light works a lot better for me. I still like this formula and I'll still be using it. Like I said, I'm using it in my project pan. Speaking of Benefit, I then have a little sample of the Hoola Light. I got this in like a little set at Christmas with some bronzers. And then I got some blushes as well, which you will see soon. As you can see, I have quite a big dip on that. I absolutely love this. I will 100% getting it full size. It just works so well for my skin, and this is perfect for traveling as well because it's just a little mini one. The only thing I find with these is, as you can see, they fall out, which is a little bit annoying, but I mean the packaging is good enough so that if you do travel with it, it doesn't smash or anything. The next bronzer I have was actually used to be one of my favourite drugstore bronzers, and it's the NYX matte bronzer. This definitely does pull up a little bit more red toned on your skin, I would say, but I used to absolutely love this and it still is my second favourite. But I haven't tried a lot of drugstore bronzers, but I do really enjoy this one. Like I said, it does come up a little bit more red toned, so it's worth noting that if you're not into kind of red toned bronzers, I wouldn't recommend this one, but it is affordable and it is matte. And then one of my favourite drugstore ones now is Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I'm sure everybody has this in their collection, and if they haven't, it's because they might have already used it up or they just haven't had a chance to get it. I love this. I love the smell of this. I love the way that this looks on my skin, and this is super affordable. I did actually get this on Amazon. I didn't get it in a shop, but in the UK now they sell this in Boots and Feel Unique. I love this. Mine is in light, and this one as well is also in light, but no, I really love this one, and like I said, is definitely one of my favorites. So those are the only bronzers I have in my collection. I definitely think that is a manageable amount. Now we're going to blush and blush is where it starts to kind of become a little bit unmanageable in my opinion. So I have blushes for like autumn, winter, and then I have blushes that I prefer for summer. I have that many that I can actually do that, but I will kind of show you the autumn winter side first. So starting off, we have a Kiko one. This is part of the Ocean Feel collection, and this is in 034 Skin. I got this because when I actually went into the Kiko store in Covent Garden in London, it was currently, I think it was like buy 3 products, get 3 of them for free. And I saw this collection and I just absolutely loved it. It was the collection at the time. And I picked up this blush because it's a lot darker than what I would usually go for in a blush. But like I said, because I wanted something a little bit different, I went for it. I feel like I don't reach for this as much as I would like, but this is why I've put it in this autumn winter one, because I feel like it's definitely more of a darker colour that you can wear more in autumn and winter. I have used it a couple of times and it is a nice formula. We then have one, I would say, of my favourite high-end blushes, and it is Charlotte Tilbury. I have the Cheek to Chic Swish and Pop blusher in Ecstasy. I got this as a Christmas present one year and I wanted one of these for such a long time. I can't remember which one exactly that I wanted originally. I think it was like the bright pink one, but this is definitely more of a colour I can see myself wearing more every day. The other one was a little pink for every day, I would say. That's the best way to describe it, but I absolutely love this formula. It looks beautiful on the cheeks. I absolutely love it. These are pretty pricey, but I honestly think they're worth it and would 100% get more of these. The next one we have is an Anastasia Beverly Hills blush trio, and this one is in Pink Passion. I am not sure on this. if I'm being totally honest. This is kind of going to be one of those blushes, like blush trios, that I need to try more. This is really, really nice. As you can see, these two, this one's, again, something I could wear in autumn and winter. This one's definitely more summer, but I usually just swirl my brush in all of them. But the thing with this is I don't reach for it that much. And yes, it is nice, but it's not my favourite. So I need to kind of be making a decision on this. I got this from TK Maxx anyway, so it wasn't like I paid full price for it. But yeah, I don't know, I kind of just feel like I'm hanging on to it because I want to try it a little bit more. It's one that I feel like I haven't used as much as I should. Next one we've got is a Bobbi Brown trio, and this one is in Sand Pink and Pale Pink. These look absolutely crazy in the pan, as you can see, especially this one, but they are honestly not. They are so pretty. Oh, let me just check between these two, because I have a feeling, wow, those are so similar. So similar. I'll definitely say the pink in this palette is a little bit more hot pink, because this one has a little bit of shimmer, but wow, those are so similar. Definitely won't need to keep both of these. Again, this is one that I haven't used as much as I would like, but I got that on sale as well. We then have one of the second oldest blushes in my collection, and this is MAC Flare Power. MAC doesn't even do product in these containers anymore. I really like this one. It's a really beautiful, subtle colour. I've had this for such a long time, and I don't know if you can see, it doesn't even look like I've used it. That is literally what these are like, but I have used it a lot over the years, and it's one that, you know, will last forever. We then have a couple of the blushes that I mentioned earlier. So we have Rockator and we have Benefit Gold Rush. These were in the set that I got, and I picked these two specifically for autumn winter just because I thought there were definitely more colours leaning towards that compared to the other ones. Now, I've tried this one quite a few times. It's okay, but it's not my favourite. Again, with this one, it's okay, but I don't see myself racing out and getting either of these. They're nice to have, and I like to have these little ones so I can travel with them, but they're not my favourite. We then have the Beauty Crop one that I got in my glossy box in October, and I got it in Orion Glow. This is so difficult to get into. Like, if I didn't put my nail in there like that, you wouldn't be able to get into it. I've tried this, and I find it really difficult to blend. Now, I did again just swirl my brush. I found that I usually do that with these products, but I did find this quite difficult to blend actually. I've only used it once though, so I definitely want to give it more of a go, and if I don't like it, then I think I'll just pass it on to one of my friends or my family members. I feel like they might be able to get better use out of it. I've got so many blushes that I just prefer over this, but like I said, I want to give it a couple more goes, and if I don't like it, I'll just give it away. And last but no means least is actually a new one that I got in my rocker box, and it is the Duval Argan Lip and Cheek Colour Oil in Wild Honey. I didn't think I was going to like this, but I really do. I really, really do. It is a little bit tacky. I just think it gives a really beautiful flush. I honestly have been reaching for this a lot. It's this colour here. I don't know if you can, I'm hoping it's going to show, but it is super pretty. It does look exactly like that. I'm glad I got this one, because I think if I'd gotten any of the ones, I wouldn't have been able to use them on my cheeks. But no, I'm really happy with that, and I'm really enjoying that. And then we also have this Sleek palette. This is the Lace palette, and I just used the middle one here. This is in my project pan, as you have seen. So it looks like this. I really love this one. As I mentioned before, it's like a dupe for NARS Orgasm. I'll show you in comparison in a minute. I really like this one. I haven't checked whether Sleek do this in a individual, but I would definitely get it if I do. I don't use these two, they just don't suit my skin, but I really like this. But this is the oldest thing in my collection, so this is why it's in my project pan. Okay, now we have my more spring summer blushes. Let's talk about NARS Orgasm. This is a blush that I bought because of the hype, really, I will say. I have used it a lot, as you can see, but let me just show you those two near each other. I think they look so similar. This one has definitely a little bit more golden undertone to it, but they are definitely so similar. But I bought this because of the hype. Like, I really wanted to own it. This was like the best NARS blush going. And yes, it's nice, but I don't see myself repurchasing once I finished it, if I ever do finish it. I definitely think it's more of a summer one for me. Next, we have a Kiko one. This is in 01 Metal Fusion. It just looks like this. One that, again, I don't really reach for that much. And it's not because it's bad, I just have so many that I just haven't reached for it as much. It is really pretty though, and when I do use it, I do like it. It's definitely a colour I use quite a lot, but again, one I would see myself using more in spring and summer. One of my absolute favourite cream products, cream blushes, is this Stila Convertible Colour in this, I don't want to butcher it, so it's that. I love this. I love this. I actually got this on like a whim. I didn't know what I was going to think because I'd been hurt previously by cream blushes that just were awful. The Ashley Tisdale collection from BH Cosmetics, I had a blush from that because I absolutely loved High School Musical, so I had to get everything in that collection, and the blush in that was terrible, the cream one, so I didn't know what I was going to think to this. I love this. Definitely I'd say more of a spring summer one. This is definitely just in here because I want to try it a little bit more, but I love this. I love this, and if I think it's starting to go bad, I will definitely get a new one. I just really enjoy that. And I've got another cream product here. This is a Too Faced Peach My Cheeks in Peach Dream. Not as much as a favourite as the Stila one, to be honest. It's not bad, but it's okay. It's not the best, to be honest. I mean, the packaging though, like A star for packaging. And then we have a couple of the Benefit blushes again. So we've got Dandelion and we've got California. They look like this. I really like both of these. These are really nice. This one looks really daunting when you first see it, but it really is super pretty. And like I said, you can see from Dandelion, I have definitely used that. I've definitely used this one, Dandelion, a bit more than this one, but I do really enjoy these and I think they're definitely more summer related. Now we're going to move on to highlighters. So starting off, we've got another Kiko one in the Ocean Feel collection. And this is Ocean Feel in 01 Golden 5. So it looks like this. This is really nice. Not my favourite. And when I first got it, I absolutely loved it. But I feel like more recently, it's just looking a bit more chalky on my skin. I don't know why. I don't think it's bad. It looks like this. It's super pretty. It's more, like I said, golden, but it's not as golden as some other ones I've got in my collection. But I really like this. We then have the Smashbox Spotlight palette in Pearl. I love this. Mushroom blending, yeah. I love this. I only use these two colours here, as you can see. This one in the middle, I think it's a little bit too dark for me. It might be okay, but I just don't use it. I love these two. This was one of my first highlighting palettes, first highlighters in general, and I really enjoy these, but these are definitely getting a bit older in my collection. I mean, just look at that packaging. Amazing. Again, A star for packaging. We then have the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Beauty Light Wand, and this one is in Spotlight. Again, more of a hype buy than anything, and I don't know, I can't say I really enjoy this, and I can't say I would see myself repurchasing it. It's okay, it's a nice cream highlight. I think the only cream highlight I have in my collection, but I just don't see the absolute hype with it, to be honest. Then we have a couple of Becca highlights. So we've got Rose Quartz in the mini. So it looks like this one. This one I definitely don't use as much because it is definitely a bit more, it's this one here. I don't know if you can see it, but it's definitely more pink toned than what I would usually go for, but it's nice to have when you want it. We then have my absolute favourite one from Becca, and it is Prismatic Amethyst. I love this one. It looks like this, or it's got a bit more of like a purple shift to it. As you would expect with it being amethyst, but I love that one of my favourites from Becca. Then we have Opal, which is of course the classic one. Now, I'm not a huge fan of golden highlights, but this one is nice. I like this one. I have to be a bit careful with golden highlights though, just because of my fair skin. It will just show up. Now, there was a fourth one of that, but unfortunately it smashed. And then we have the Illamasqua highlight in OMG. We got this in the Look Fantastic birthday box in September. Yeah, in September. And it looks like this. So again, I've used this one, and this one's a bit more golden toned again, but this one I would say is a bit more natural than the Becca Opal, and I like that. I like that it's a bit more natural. I can't give too much of a review on it yet because I've only used it a couple of times, but I do like it. And last but no means least, we have the Princess Cut Triple Baked Highlighter. I think that's just called Princess Cut. It looks like this. So this one is definitely more icy, and I do like this one. I usually mix these two together anyway, so you can kind of see where I usually do it. This is nice. Considering the price, this is amazing quality. I just don't really reach for it as much as I should. So quickly, before we get on to face palettes, I just want to mention contour. Now, I don't really contour, so I only have one contour palette, and I have got the Kat Von D Shade and Light. Now, I know there's a lot of controversy about Kat Von D, but this was given to me as a gift from my boyfriend, and I'm not going to get rid of it just because of that. So again, like I said, I don't contour. Any contour palettes I've got that isn't this one, I've just given away because there's no point. I just like to have this as a just in case, but I don't really use it, so it just goes at the back. And last but no means least, we're going to talk about face palette. Starting off, I'm going to have something really reflective, so I'm really sorry. But it is the Becky Chloe Malik palette. It looks like this. Now, I'm not a fan of this bronzer. I feel like it just doesn't work for my skin. I've tried to take the top off. I've tried everything. It's just not the best. Also, this looks really grubby, so I am sorry. But I absolutely love these two blushes. They are amazing. I mix them together as well because they just work so beautifully. And then we've got the highlight here, which is okay. I got this from TK Maxx, so it wasn't full price. I was so excited when I saw this in TK Maxx. Yeah, it's okay. I don't think... I mean, when this first came out, I was really interested in actually getting it. But, yeah, I don't know. I just really only like the kind of the blushes and that really. The next thing we've got is a Kiko one. This is Ocean Feel again, and this is Warm Honey. This one is amazing. Look at the size of that. It is huge. That's my hand. So it's pretty much the size of my palm. It's amazing. It also smells absolutely delicious. It smells like the beach. I love this one. It's definitely more of a summer one though, because it has a little bit of a sheen to it. Yeah, it has a little bit of a sheen to it, but I love this one. And this will take me forever to use up. We then have another reflective one. I'm sorry, this is a Ted Baker one. It looks like this. This again is more summery. You've got a bronzer and a blush. And you know what? Surprisingly, I nearly wrote this off, but this is really nice. It gives a really beautiful sun-kissed look. I didn't think I was going to like this because, to be honest, a lot of the products I tried from Ted Baker makeup plan wasn't the best, but I did like that one. We then have a MAC one. This is Shiny Pretty Things in Fair. I have been reaching for this a lot, to be honest. This bronzer, again, is okay. It's not the best, but it's okay. But these are the, like, just as a kind of face palette in general, I really enjoy this. I take this traveling with me. I use it on days when I'm at home if I just kind of want a one and done, let's not get everything out kind of day. But no, I really like this. It's definitely, when it first came, this was broken in the middle, but again, I got this from TK Maxx and it was easy to fix, and also TK Maxx solved it as well. So next thing we've got has to be one of my favourite face palettes. They're all highlights, but it is the Revolution Pro 4K highlighting palette in rose gold. Now, looks like this. So yes, it is kind of a rip-off of the Huda Beauty ones, I would say, or a dupe. But yeah, I really like this. If you want a blinding highlight, this is the highlight palette for you. They still do sell it. It costs £8. And I definitely use this one a lot more than others. But yeah, I can't rave about this enough. I think it's amazing. I use this for more when I'm going out rather than every day, because they are a little bit intense for every day, I would say. But no, I really, really, really do like that. And I would recommend going to get that. And last but no means least, we have the Revolution Renaissance Glow. One I use a lot as well. So this is meant to be a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury, I think what you call it, Film Star Bronze. I like this as well. I think it's really, really good. It's more subtle, I would say. The highlight's subtle, and this just gives a really nice bronze. I kind of neglected this when I first got it, but I used it a lot more just because I actually really, really like it. And I do have the Charlotte Tilbury bronze and highlight. I can't think of what you call it right now. I have that coming, so I'll be able to do kind of a comparison on that and let you know. But that is everything in my blush, bronzer, highlight, face palette drawer. Yeah, that is kind of everything. Like I said, I know it might not be as lot as other people, but to me, this is definitely more than enough. I will never finish all of this. But I like to have a little bit of selection, and sometimes I fancy wearing face palettes, other time I want individual. And to be honest, I would like to maybe try and get more down of my blushes. My bronzers I'm fine with, my face palettes I'm fine with. This is a bronzer, but it just won't fit in there. And my highlights again are okay. I kind of want everything to fit in one. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I would absolutely love it if you could subscribe if you don't already. And if you have any questions about any of these products, or you have your own experiences on them, please do leave them in the comments. I would love to speak to you about it. And until next time, everyone, see you later.